Hello, welcome to my first impressions opinion video of New World. I am currently coming from a perspective of somebody who hasn't watched any other videos. I didn't really look at other people's opinions. To be honest, I'm not really sure what the word is on this. I just played it a little bit because it got recommended to me by a friend, and I am also coming from the perspective of somebody that kind of is sick of MMOs. Like, I kind of think the World of Warcraft style MMO for me is pretty done. I'm 30 years old. I played through that genre very heavily, and the only MMO I still really play is RuneScape at this point. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from, and I've played about 2 to 3 hours in the game. This is my character. I know I look like a fat pilgrim, but that's sort of where we're at. I like that I tried to at least make my character look like me. They did a decent job with the looks in the game. But anyway, let's get the game loaded while we talk about it. So here's my first impression of it right off the bat. It feels like a mix of World of Warcraft a little bit because it is an MMO, and it's hard to not compare the questing system because it feels like the WoW questing system is so smooth that basically every game uses that type of talk to somebody, go do this, go back, turn it in type of questing system. You know, it's not dynamic in the aspect when you're walking around. You know, it isn't just randomly happening to you. It is, you know, go talk to somebody, and you can see on your right here, there it says rested experience bonus. So I rested in, you know, a sanctum or whatever while I was gone. I get bonus XP. That's familiar. And then you also have your quest log there up at the top. However, this game is also a little bit of a mix of games like Albion Online and RuneScape a little bit because of how much open worldness there is. You can essentially go anywhere, do anything as these MMOs provide, meaning you can go cut down trees, you can harvest rocks, you can do missions for your faction, which is sort of like, you know, there's Horde and Alliance. It's like, there's 3 of them though, so it's like the 3 warring factions essentially. I picked Syndicate for the ones that are curious, and you can keep your PvP flag on, and that will allow you, and you can see you can open the gate or whatever, you know, go in here and you can buy housing, so you can actually live in some houses around here, etc. So, you know, there's a pretty good amount of stuff you can do. And it feels a little bit of a mix of a game like Black Desert Online because the graphic style feels a little bit like that. And the reason I say it feels like Albion Online is because as you use your abilities, or like RuneScape, is as you use your staffs or whatever, you're going to get experience in whatever it is you're using. So I'm using a fire staff, I'm getting fire staff experience. I am using a bow, I am getting bow experience. I'm using a musket, I'm getting musket experience, and so on and so forth. And you can effectively have these abilities, which are right above my head here, and you can kind of pick whatever way you want to go. I picked Defender because I like the shield more than really the sword, so it's kind of a shield bashing type of abilities. And then the magic, you could have picked like some spell casts, or you could do the big flamethrower, and that's kind of what I went with, the flamethrower. So you get it. So you can pick different type of things. I'm going for this one here, the rapier is I think what it's called, and I'm gonna probably try to go down this one here, which makes people bleed over time. There's also like evading and graceful and stuff like that. So you can really kind of figure out what build you want, and then your attributes, which you can go in here and level. I'll show you what each attribute does and what it affects, intelligence being the staffs, and we are primarily using the staffs. And you can have multiple weapons. I got 2 sets of weapons right now. I got my sword and shield, the old classic, and then I have my fire staff, which is also going to fire. The one thing I want to say about this game is they did an absolute immaculate job on the voiceovers. When you talk to people, when you're just doing random quests, here we go, in the forest killing boars. When you talk to people doing random quests, it is full voiceover, and the voiceover quality is in fact fantastic. You can hear the guy right here has some voiceover, and you know, it's not in English or whatever, it's just this guy yelling whatever his you know, his runic spell names are, I think is what's going on here. But the voiceovers are in English when you're actually playing through the quest line. So the people will, if they're talking about, you know, go over there to the shipwreck, like they're going to act out the whole thing. And it's actually very well done to the point of being enjoyable. It's the first game that makes me not want to just mash through and skip everything. If you watch this channel, you know I tend to mash through and pretty much skip everything most of the time just to check out the gameplay mechanics. I don't really care about the story and whatnot. This game has got me feeling a little bit different. Now you can also chop down stuff. You can see the bigger trees here. I can chop down as well. It takes a little bit longer than the smaller trees, and you need certain wood cutting level, which is where it kind of feels like RuneScape, because you can mine stuff, you can chop stuff down, you can use a scythe to get herbs and, you know, grass and stuff like that. But if you're going to do that, and see there, we got logging experience. If you're going to do that, you have to have the appropriate level. You can also forage in the bushes or whatnot to get wood, etc. So there's a pretty big amount of options of things to do, which is pretty great. Now, there's cooking, there's fishing, there's all the other different skills as well. So you're not limited to just gathering type of resources. And this seems like, I don't think I've been here before. This is some kind of settlement over here. And I really haven't explored very much, but the scale of the world is massive, meaning it's not so much hard to traverse is what I'm getting at, as what it is the buildings, the enemies, the trees, everything feels like a very full scale. Like when you're walking around, it feels right. I don't know if you know what I mean, but sometimes in these MMOs and games, everything doesn't quite feel like the right size. Like it feels like the houses are small or really thin or something. But I mean, look at that house, you know? I mean, look how big it is, and look how high up that window is. You know what I mean? Some other games you could probably damn near crawl in it. You know, and it looks and feels like a real house, and they have things around here for you to read, hotspots. The story, I don't really know the entire story yet. I've been listening to it. We're in some new world area, which I guess has zombies. It seems like some people, when they die, just come right back to life, and the other people turn into these zombies or something. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm trying to wait till they explain that part a little bit more. There's something called the corruption, which I think is like there's bad and good, and that's sort of how they're explaining it. The way you heal is by eating food or using potions, so pretty much like every other MMO you've ever seen. And what I'm going to do here is we're going to run a little bit away from this guy, because I wanted to show you, I think these are some herbs over here. They are, and so what I can do is I can show you can actually use your scythe and cut those. Is he going to... Okay, I was like, is he going to chase us some more? There you go, you can harvest those and use them for cooking and stuff like that. Bunch of more boars around here. But so my first impression of the game is that it's going to be a good game. The character, I will say there's one part I don't quite like, which is when you go to tab, which is your inventory here, it's kind of a mess. It feels like a survival game, and it makes sense, and I guess it's fairly minimalistic, but it looks like a mess. Like I've seen games do a much better job than this. I don't really know how I would do it better, to be honest with you, so I'm not really helpful there, but for some reason this feels very convoluted. Thing is the music quality. Hear that in the background? Excellent. You know what it is they did with the game? The game feels immersive. Like, I hate using that word because it feels like a very meme-worthy word. But what I don't feel like in the game when I'm playing it, I'm constantly reminded that the game's a game. You know? There's other players, and I have the PvP tab to get the extra experience. So I should be kind of careful. Apparently there's a dead tree right here. Let's see what happens when I cut it. Because we could run on that ravaged the right way. We could run up and there could be another player here. Maybe we get a little bit of PvP experience. I don't really want to engage these zombies. There's quite a bit of them, and there's a boar, and we don't have food selected. Let's, do we have any, oh, gee, okay. Oh, and see, that's a player. Kill the player before we do anything. All right, forget our own safety. Go get the player. Ooh, nailed him. Go, 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 go. We got to get him. We have no health. We need to cook some food. Oh, God. Oh, God. We need to run. We need to run. Woo! There he is. We can get him still. He's probably gonna kill me. Oh, good. He's getting chased down. There it is. There it is. We're getting shots fired on him. He doesn't know that we have no health. Go, 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 go. So it's a little bit of a open world PvP game. I guess a survival gaming stuff because you can make camps and whatnot. Come on. Oh. Oh no. Zombies are on me. He's trying to run away. What am I stuck on? Come on. Come on. Go, go, go. He's trying to run away. If only he knew he could one-tap me. Come on, get him. Yeah. No! Alright, anyway, that's a little bit of a first look gameplay or whatever you want to call it. Honestly, I like the game a lot. I've been enjoying it. It's the crafting and all that feels pretty good. They kind of walk you through a tutorial in the beginning. I would say give it a shot. It looks like it's like a $40 game. The closed beta will reset your progress, so if you play in the closed beta, it's really just to try it out. I enjoyed it. So far, it's probably like a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10. It's kind of how I'm feeling about it. But I'm coming from the perspective of don't expect much, and I'm not really looking for a game to be like my new major game for the rest of my life. So it's probably going to be fun to play. Give it a little bit of hours. Casual game. I'm going to like it. That being said, hope you like the video. Okay.